This week's episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Fantasy All White, featuring Dexter Daps and 450. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, November 27 in West Palm Beach, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Mr. Mac Events. And Embrace the Promise, October 29 and 30 in Westmoreland and Kingston. For tickets and info, visit spuropen.com/embrace the promise.
Shaneil Muir on quitting her budding dancehall career. And speaking of quitting dancehall, Sasique is another female artist who was recently considering quitting when a line from one of her tracks took off on TikTok.
You want the picture, let me pose for you now.
And forces her to reconsider. Sasique will be here. Cedric the Entertainer headlines Outbursts comedy series in Jamaica, but graces our stage first. The Jamaican institutions to benefit from Connect JA's latest effort to aid education on the island. All coming up. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winfred Williams. We'll be right back.
This week's episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Fantasy All White, featuring Dexter Daps and 450. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, November 27 in West Palm Beach, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Mr. Mac Events. And Embrace the Promise, October 29 and 30 in Westmoreland and Kingston. For tickets and info, visit spuropen.com/embrace the promise.
On Stage with Winfred Williams.
You may remember us promoting and covering Legends in Concert in Atlanta, Georgia recently, a fundraising effort staged by a group of Jamaicans living in the US under the charity organization known as Connect JA. The charity's chairman, Cornell Levy, is on our stage to announce some of the Jamaican institutions earmarked to benefit from that effort. Right now, right here on our stage, for the second time, Cornell Levy. Cornell, sir.
Thank you.
Good to see you, sir.
Same here, man. Same here.
Congratulations, and as usual, on your work, sir. Great work you're doing for all of us.
It's a team of us, but very hard work we've been putting in.
Yes. Okay, so jump in and tell us about the event. We didn't get a chance to talk to you before we departed Atlanta. So tell us your side of the story and on its success and so on.
So with the infusion of Bolton, it has taken us to a very different level. You know, we're getting calls from people who want to come aboard and see how they... I talked to one guy saying, I have X amount of money, you better take us on or you lose the show. And I was just laughing, but it's just people who are looking to come aboard. But in regards to your question, after that event, again, we moved into an area where we're looking for a definite demographic that we have not seen before. Because this is the 4th year that we've had the show, but this Bolton appearance is something new, something that has never been seen with a concert such as ours in that area.
We're on the list of beneficiaries.
Okay, so the list of beneficiaries are, as you know, the primary or pilot project is Guys Hill High School, way up there in rural St. Catherine. So Guys Hill, we sent 85 desktop, 28 laptops. So Guys Hill is the beneficiary of 50 of those desktop. I just came from there this morning where the lab was actually set up and is up and running now. We have Meadowbrook High School. The principal of Meadowbrook was there to collect his 2 laptops and 3 desktops. Mount Angus is there out there in St. Mary. Mount Angus is a all-age school. They got 5 desktop. We have Alpha Boys. are going to be getting 5 desktops. And last but not least, Horizon Park Primary School will be getting five desktops as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's that completes almost, I think probably about 2 or so is still left, but I'm sure Guysville High School will take care of those as well.
All right, and you're going in big, from what I understand, for next year.
Yes, so the plans are already in place. So we are looking to do something as soon as April. With the buzz that is going around with people who want to come aboard. I cannot disclose those as we speak. However, we are looking to do something as soon as April of 2023. So we're here, the Grace Kennedys and actually I came here with an intention to talk to somebody from Grace Kennedy. I already spoke to somebody from other institutions, but those are the type of things that I'm looking to get done here while I'm here.
Okay, so you'll be seeking support from some of these
very
global,
much so.
The Jamaican entities.
Exactly.
Who are targeting Jamaicans abroad and others with their products.
Exactly. So one of the things too, because while I was at Guysville, some of the things that we were not able to give, while they do have a fully functional, they said 83 computer lab now, some of them are without internet service. So, I want to talk to some of these, either Digicel or Flow, to sort of see how we can work together, partner, to really get the internet service going in Guysville High School as well.
Oh, great.
Yep. So that's one of the things.
They're listening to you? They're taking your calls?
I'm yet to speak to somebody, but that's the intent now.
I'm sure they will hear you.
Yes.
And we hope they will come on board.
Exactly.
And give support to this.
That's the very hope.
It's a good move, my friend.
Exactly.
My friend, we're here, as you know, we're a big supporter of what you're doing.
Cool.
And we will look forward to the next event and whatever you're doing and whatever we can do to continue to support you.
I definitely be knocking on your door. But one thing before, because I keep forgetting this. My team.
Pick up your team.
Papa Biggie, as you know, Pretty Precious.
Oh, yes. Papa
Strong.
Biggie.
He's the one that, one of the brain behind this.
Oh, yes.
Sean Young, second, is right there. Noel Reed, Alwyn Rhodes, and myself. And we have 2 new members, Lucian Lynn and Tessica Pearsley. So that's the team who is behind all of this effort here. All right. Okay. And by the way, we're changing the name Legends in Concert to Legends and Friends in Concert because there's another Legends in Concert. So it's
Legends and Friends.
And Friends in Concert. So that and Friends is going to be infused in that. The other things won't change. So people will have something that they recognize because this name now people know it. It doesn't matter where I go. People, Cornell. So yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And I'm looking forward to grace the stage again, sir.
I know, yes. The stage is here, man.
All right.
So there you have them. You know what to do. Give support. Wherever you are in the world, give your support. It is always going to be welcome. And it's still to come right here on our stage. Cedric the Entertainer headlines Outbursts comedy series in Jamaica. But Grace is our stage first. And later, Sasique finds a new lease on her career after viral TikTok challenge. And Shaneil Muir tells all on leaving Dancehall. All coming. We'll be back.
This week's episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Fantasy All White, featuring Dexter Daps and 450. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, November 27 in West Palm Beach, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Mr. Mac Events. And Embrace the Promise, October 29 and 30 in Westmoreland and Kingston. For tickets and info, visit SpurOpen.com/embracethepromise.
On Stage with Winford Williams.
Now, Cedric the Entertainer headlines Outbursts comedy series in Jamaica. But Grace is our stage first.
Hey, man, what about 79 years ago down when you were last time you down here? What is?
All right, so the great comedic entertainer is somewhere here at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston right now. But before we get to him, the promoter of this very successful series, Outburst, Khalil, Shirley, right now on our stage. Sir.
Great one.
Blessed love, sir. Congrats.
Thank you.
Again on this concept. So it's now a winner. It's a fixture now.
It's a fixture.
Yes.
It has paid its dues.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because you're now on the other side of the pandemic. And were you fearful that you probably would have lost it?
Almost, because it's like we're starting over again. And it gives you a little bit of apprehension. You're spending more money. And the stakes are higher. People are still now saying, hey, we're just coming out of a pandemic, you're charging more money for my tickets, that type of thing, you know? It's some apprehension was there, but the package is great.
Yes.
It's a once in a lifetime deal. So we really thought about it, who we're bringing to the stage and giving it everything. Production-wise, we're changing up the whole look and feel of the arena. It's not going to be the same effect like the last time. We're putting more into it, more people into it, everything. So
yes. So how do each side feel about working with the other side? How do the Americans feel about working with Jamaican on the same stage and vice versa?
So as you know, our last one, our main act,
yes,
he tanked, and our local people took the stage like the champions that they are.
Yes.
Right?
But yes, and that is known out there.
That's known. So this time we kind of did our homework, and you know, Cedric is a different act, different ball game, different whole. He's here early, you know, he's putting all out before he even came. He says, hey, give me a list of do's and don'ts, and he's following protocol to the T. Learning on his language, asking questions, walking up and down.
Yeah.
Last night he wanted to go into half, which I'm like, you crazy? Just relax. You know, he wants everything one time. So we're trying to just pace ourselves and say, listen, you have this, right?
Rita Brent is a young American comedian who has been touring with Cedric the Entertainer for over 3 years now, and she'll be part of this Outburst in Jamaica. Welcome. Good to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, and so how's it going so far? Your first time here in Jamaica?
Yes, actually, this is my first time. And I'm from Mississippi, so I'm a long way from home.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but I knew what callaloo was, so I was excited to eat the callaloo.
And so have you gotten a chance to see a little more of the city?
Not really, we've mainly been in traffic, so I've just been observing that way, but everybody is very nice, and so far the food is good.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we'll get to go to the beach or...
Okay. So what's your work like? How do you sum up your work so far?
I'm a stand-up comedian and a musician, so when I'm not touring with Sid or doing my own tour, doing comedy, I'm playing the drums and singing. So it is interesting that we connected as a duo because he is a full-blown entertainer and so am I. So I think he saw that in me and wants to cultivate that within me. So he's kind of like a mentor.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Yes.
So this Jamaica, how are you preparing for this? What are you looking forward to? What are your expectations in this Jamaican space?
Well, my expectations and my hopes are to be well received. But as Cedric said, you know, I've been looking at the news, I've been looking at social media, just to get an idea of the culture and everything that's going on right now. And I keep hearing, be respectful, you know where you are and who you're talking to. And so it's just a classic case of knowing your audience and not doing too much, just making sure that the crowd feels my energy and they know that I come with good intentions.
Yes. Well, Rita, we look forward to your performance.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll be looking out for her, you know, on that stage and see what's young in comedy in the U.S., yeah? Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Bless you.
Yes.
Sir Cedric, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, good. Thanks for having me.
And welcome to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes.
Very frequent visitor, I understand.
Love coming here, man. It's always great. It's, just very spiritual experience when you come to the island. It's good food, good family, good music, good vibes, as they say. Good vibes, man.
But is it always work, or do you get it?
No, it's not always work. It's often, I usually sneak a vacation in, even when I come to work. I try to come, maybe just do a little bit of work, and then just like get some relaxation in, you know. So that's it.
So what is it like working in Jamaica?
You know, it is a little, you know, I would say, what do you call it? It's daunting in the sense that you have to kind of look at the generational aspect of like knowing that the audience is going to be full of people that are kind of like my age. Then you get the younger generation, so it's all about kind of like crossing of language and a little bit of language barrier, not that much, but just kind of what's culturally funny, what's relevant, you know, of the kind of things that we talk about in the States that you think everybody think is funny and it may not even be applicable here. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I just try to, you know, like pay attention, you know. Okay. So that's my attitude. And really go up there on stage just to have a good time. If I can have a good time, usually it'll transfer over to the audience. That's great. What you try to do, man.
But your jokes, your comedy in the U.S.
Yes.
For the U.S. audience is always relevant to us.
Yes.
We laugh along with your fans over there.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit that I try to, you know, hopefully take.
So once you be Cedric in Jamaica, we're going to be laughing.
Yeah. So I mean, but you
regardless of the material. The culture, though, the Jamaican culture is often used by comedians.
Yes.
In your market, and we see people respond. I mean, explosion of cheers and so on sometimes.
Yes.
So, do you? I don't recall you using some Jamaican jokes. Do you use Jamaica as a source of material?
So I used to think I used to have a couple of big Jamaican jokes. I was just trying to remember that in the past, like things that I would kind of like, you know, like pull out like as these kind of go-to jokes or whatever. But I think, you know, I definitely have some things that I'll kind of pull out, you know, as these ideologies. I know that, you know, like for Americans, you know, we think that we speak Jamaican patois, so that's our only foreign language. Like we don't speak Spanish or whatever, so all Americans think our second language is Jamaican. So if you see most Americans, they be like, why, why, you know, and that's it. We run out after about 3 things, like, yeah, I hear you. We like, that's not another language, bro.
See?
Both. You're done.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you say yeah, man. We say yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Give a shout out to your fans all over Jamaica about this particular show now. Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
You're coming this time and whatever you'd like to say to them.
Oh, man, we got a great show, man. Outbursts Comedy Tour. This is awesome, man. This is my time coming down. The group of guys that's bringing me down, we got a hot show. We got major hype. I brought my friend Rita Brent, funny comedian. She's gonna come and rip it down. We got a local, my guy from Jamaica is gonna come and rip it down. And I'm here, man. So we want people to come out. This is, you know, if you watch me on the Steve Harvey Show, you watch The Neighborhood, you watch The Soul Man, I'm live, I'm right here in Kingston. Don't miss this show. I come back, I come often, but not that often for you not to be at the show. So that's all I'm saying. I'm here, I'm live, so let's go.
What's it like working with the Jamaican guys? Because you've worked with them before. So.
Oh man, they're great. They pick you up in nice minivans. We've been riding around just picking up groceries and going to soccer practice. It's like you know, these dudes good, man. I got like 17 captains with me, you know what I'm saying? It's good, man. No, but these guys have been top-notch professional, man, holding me down ever since. So and everything is good. All the money, everything. So that's first and foremost.
That's just a taste of what will happen.
Just in case anybody else want to know, let's throw that out there to the people.
Just so you know, this is the man himself.
Right? Yeah, we good.
Cedric, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, man.
Nice chat. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Bless you. I look forward to the performance. All right, so there you have him, the entertainer Cedric. And stay with us right here on our stage. Still to come, Sasique finds a new lease on her career after viral TikTok challenge. And Shaneil Muir tells all on leaving dancehall. Wow, all coming up.
This week's episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Fantasy All White, featuring Dexter Daps and 450. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, November 27 in West Palm Beach, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Mr. Mac Events. And Embrace the Promise, October 29 and 30 in Westmoreland and Kingston. For tickets and info, visit spuropen.com/embrace the promise.
On Stage with Winfred Williams.
She was considering quitting the music business when this line from her 2019 single, Cute and Neat, started taking off on TikTok.
Lease, you want the picture, let me pose for you now. You got me now?
Since then, thousands of persons from around the world have used that same sound on their video.
You got me now?
On TikTok, racking up views in the millions.
You want the picture, let me pose for you now.
Among them, Kim Kardashian and Rita Ora, giving our guest in this segment, Sasique, a new lease on life in music. Sasique, welcome. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Bless you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. What made you want to quit though?
I was just doing music, doing all these good songs that I think could hit, and they just, after the release of these songs, they just turned back. I would say they just turned back. So I just decided, I'm going to quit music and do something else, like find a job and probably make some money and come back and spend it in my own career. So at the time when this song went viral, I was just home and I wanted to pray. I said I was going to lock away myself for like 1 week and talk to Father God and ask him why. But then I was there and tried to position my mind to lock off my phone because I wanted to lock my phone off, locked away from everybody, and just kneel down and talk to Father God. And I was just there positioning my mind to lock off my phone. Because I say, Lord God, lock off the phone at the house by myself now. Oh, me, I gotta make it out. And I was just there lying on the bed, positioning my mind to close my phone off. And same time I get a video. One of my friends sent me a video and I opened my phone and I said, what is she send me now, man? I'm going to open something good. And when I open the video, I hear my song. You want a picture? Let me pose for you now. So I said, no, man. We can't make this song into a trending song. So me with myself now never know the song was already trending. Went over on TikTok to post the video, the guy video that I got on my phone, to post it on my TikTok to say, let us make this sound a trending sound. Then when I went over there, I saw somebody tag me into a video. I said, Lord God, what is now? So when I opened the video, I realized it's the same thing. So I start to jump. I say, yeah, Father God, oh, this look like it's a trend. So I screen record her video to post it also. After screen record it come out, go back into TikTok to post it. As I opened TikTok, a video come up, was with a girl. And when I clicked on the sound, is this, you want a picture? Like, Winfred, I jump, I cry. I said, thank you, Father God, this look like it's a trend already. Me not have to do no more. Yeah. And then one man said to me, say, click on the sound and see where she get the sound from. Because if it was my page, I would have seen it. And when I clicked on it, I see that it already has 9,477 people using the sound. Me, I said, no, man. Down in Guyana. After Guyana, then Jamaica, and then it just started to spread worldwide, globally.
Okay. And so what is the extent of the impact on your career now?
Winfred, right now, the song is on, it's charting. It's at #1 in Anguilla, number 17 in Canada, and on the global reggae and dancehall, it's at #5.
Nice.
So it's doing it's doing great right now. I can't tell you how I feel to know that I was just going to leave music and then God just assured me, said, Sasique, there's a place for you in music. Yes.
So where you getting calls from? Who calling you now?
Well, I'm getting calls for people to do stage show. I have one in Canada and a lot of interviews coming in. Yeah, and people who wasn't looking, they're tuning in now. That's what I want for a while now.
And producers, labels calling? Are you getting calls from those?
I'm getting calls from producers, even in, is it Africa or England? This guy, he DM'd me yesterday, but I told him I'm not up for any collaboration right now. I'm working on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but do you have an existing infrastructure to exploit this?
Yes. We're basically putting some tracks together, which I already have a big catalog, right?
Yes.
And we're putting tracks together right now for my EP. And I also want to be a role model for kids, you know, because even kids are posing right now, Winfred Williams. Elderly people, men, women, everybody's posing right now. And I want to have that influence on kids and teenager girls, you know? So we're working on tracks like those right now.
And management and so on around you?
I have management. That's looking great. That's looking great. Yeah, because my manager now, I know him for a while. We've been working together, but we actually did, you know, aside, but we're up and running right now.
So it's a global viral, so to speak.
Global viral.
So going forward, how does that inform your content, your artistry?
I want to, you know, inspire kids. I want to do music that when parents are feel comfortable when their kids are listening to my tracks. Yeah.
But all your music going forward, or will there be some X-rated something wrong or something?
Kind of little bit. Kind of little bit. You know, you can't leave your roots. You know, you're we're gonna need some little girl song, the little dancing thing, them for girls them, because I also do those songs also. But for now, I'm penetrating on fun music that people can enjoy and feel good about themselves.
Yes, so it sounds like you get the love. Why God look at my work with you too, because you get the love at the right time, and you're all set to exploit it.
God, let me tell you something. I pray for this very moment. Like I sit down and I pray and I say, Father God, please me, I beg you, give me a hit song, a song we are going to just spread like wildflower globally. That's when it reach back in Jamaica, them can't do nothing but just have to run with it. I know God exactly now, but to this extent, I pray for the same exact thing. I'm just astonished. I'm overwhelmed with joy. Winfred didn't understand.
What are some of the dreams you're harboring in this music?
Okay, I wanted to be the first international Jamaican artist like a Rihanna and a Nicki Minaj, but you know, we have Shensia and we have Spice and them people there. So we have to go try the something now. We have to be the first Jamaican artist there where she do it. And she lick down the barrier there. That is that girl, Sasique.
Yes, and you need to explain that a little more, because some of these ladies will say they're global already.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. They are already global, so that's why I have to do something.
But what barrier would you be kicking down?
Why I forgot to think about it, Winfred, because there's a lot.
No, well, there's a
lot. So I want to make sure I am that first person who kicked down the barrier there.
You're talking about pop numbers, mainstream pop.
Pop numbers and all of them things.
Yeah, you have a pop ID. You're looking for a pop ID in there. Yes, so that's fine. Our girls, those girls have been ascending. The ones you mentioned, the Spice and the Shensia, them and them. But that global takeover is yet to be achieved. That commercial success is not yet achieved. So isn't that what you're aiming for?
That's what I'm aiming for.
Oh, well, we would welcome that.
We'd first just sit down in a chair and watch Sasique work. I'm going to do it.
Yes. This is good news for young people like you.
Right.
And you know, about how they can market music.
Right. You want a picture? Let me pose for you now.
Oh, yes.
Got me now?
Oh, yes. When we done pose, walk good and continue your career, my dear. And we're cheering.
Thank you for having me.
We're here cheering.
Yeah.
Good news.
And Just let me big up some people, because boy, they would have killed me.
Okay,
I
please.
just want to big up my management team, Blaze It Up Production, Carlos Records, Stylex. Stylex, big up yourself. You know he's a part of this. Shady, bless up yourself. The producer for the song Green Lace Entertainment, Sharky, you know, my little brother, I'm always there in the streets with me. Him not left me. Big up on yourself, right? So Winfred, big up yourself.
Thank you. All right, so there you have her, Sasique on our stage, and with a new lease on life. And still to come, an actual quit in dancehall. Shaneil Muir, next.
This week's episode of Onstage is brought to you in part by Fantasy All White, featuring Dexter Daps and 450. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday, November 27 in West Palm Beach, Florida. For tickets and info, visit their Facebook or Instagram page at Mr. Mac Events. And Embrace the Promise, October 29 and 30 in Westmoreland and Kingston. For tickets and info, visit spuropen.com/Embrace the Promise.
On Stage with Winfred Williams.
As many of you may know by now, Shaneil Muir was a leading light in dancehall. When all of a sudden, she announced her departure from the genre to reclaim her spiritual journey. And is now on our stage exclusively to tell all. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
You.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yes, my dear. Well, you know, it's a shocking revelation.
Are you shocked though?
Yes, I was. Because, you know, we know you to be one of the first names to be called when we talk about top ladies in dance.
Yes.
In a relatively short time, you've built that brand.
Yes, truly.
You know what I mean? So what's the biggest reason for this decision?
Well, I must say, I've always been, if it's even a small ounce of faith in my spirituality and, you know, morality and stuff like that, I've always held on to that no matter how deep I got into the genre of dancehall. So, you know, it just came to a point where even spiritual beings, you know, spiritual people as well, who are indulged in this as well, they know, they may understand more than other people may allow themselves to understand. So it's something that I really cannot explain for what it is, but you have to experience it. And I just made this decision because I think and I know that this is the best decision I will ever make, and I just want to go on that journey. Other things have happened in my life that have contributed to, you know, putting that on it to, you know, Shaneil, this is the time to make a decision and move forward, and this has been that moment.
So is it fair to say that you were in a battle with yourself, so to speak?
Of course.
Yes, all along. All this time.
All this time. In our previous interview when I just started, about three years ago, roughly, I also stated to you that I was strongly in my faith, and then I stepped into the world of dancehall. But now I think that I am able to strongly make that decision once again, and, you know, just pick up my pieces here and after and move forward.
Disappointments in dancehall? Is it that it turned out to be what it's not? Worse than you thought? Didn't meet your expectations? What?
Yes, it did not meet my expectations. And I was disappointed in a lot of things that I encountered. And this is where probably I would say to other aspiring artists and dreamers and who maybe want to make the same decision, I will not say don't do it. Yeah. I will never suggest to another person who's dreaming to make that step and step into, you know, music or dancehall music, whatever music. I would never hinder them and say, hey, don't do it. Because then I would be a hypocrite because I did it. Yes. But my thing is, I would want them to know, to learn as much as they can before going into that business. Because if you are a creative, who I am, I write all my songs, that takes a lot of energy. meaning emotionally, and you have to situate yourself in places and, you know, opportunities that will contribute to that positive thinking that you have to maintain. So once there's something that hinders that or disrupts that cycle that you have, then you're not going to be motivated to work. If you don't know what needs to be done based on what other people's duties are, for example, you know, anybody on your team, then when they're not doing their duties, you may be at risk of, you know, disrupting your creative space. So they have to learn, as I would advise them, to learn as much as they can, when they can, while they can, before taking on a route of any genre whatsoever, and especially dancehall music.
You're talking there specifically to some issues that you discussed on your life about management. Okay, in particular about money deposited to the account and the accountability that you were getting that were not satisfactory to you. Is there a resolve in these matters?
In my specific matter, I'm really not at liberty to discuss a lot of things that I may want to, but in the future, hopefully I can, because this matter now is in the hands of the law. You know, the lawyers are on the case, and I'm really I'm advised not to discuss a few things, or most of the things that are happening, which I will not, so I don't want to get into that. But however I can, you know, discuss it to enlighten my followers, enlighten my fans, and whoever is watching and wants to know what's happening, I will. You know, but some things I may not be able to discuss, but we'll...
So some of that advice that you would give to your fans and to new artists looking to come in the business...
Yes, definitely.
So it sounds like you realize that you should have been doing some things that you weren't doing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
As an artist.
Yes.
Though you're busy and want to stay creative and stay away from that. And some do, you know. Some artists don't touch that the money side, the business side at all.
Yes.
Because they have credible people doing it and accountability and so on.
Absolutely.
And there's a way to do this so that you can stay creative and focus on your creative.
And focus on that as well.
So management, in a sense, they have a responsibility to ensure too that you know. You always know, and there's no suspicion of any kind of underhanded behavior in the management. If I were a manager, I'm making sure that you're doing your duty to know what I'm doing, because I wouldn't want to be asked questions that I can't answer about your finances. You know what I mean? So it's good that you are revealing that to young people.
Of course,
in the business.
Course. And you know, being one that has experienced it, I know what it feels like to be not being in the know.
Yes.
And the lack of knowledge can be something that hurts you. Yes. Because at the end of the day, if you're an artist that, you know, if you put something into place and you're expecting that those expectations are going to be matched, and you're putting the thought of integrity in it and everything, if that's not matched, then everything is just going to crumble. If you don't build a proper structure and a proper team, which can be very challenging, because now you're talking about finances, you're talking about having, you know, other people to be on your team to support and create and build even after what you have built. That's a whole lot of pressure on yourself, because you have to consider, you know, this is, if you are the business, that's where the problem is. It's not like you have a business that you're running, meaning physically, where you clock in the morning, clock out at night. You are the artist. Yes. You are the business. Yeah. So there and then, your finances become your business, even though you have productivity that's going on. But I have to say, dancehall genre and the level of work that's involved in it, it requires so much more knowledge than what one might think. Yes. It's not about the money. There needs to be structure, because even for myself, I could say this for me. My intentions, you know, coming down into my decision now, I realized my mistake was I didn't set a proper foundation for what was yet to come. So it's like you're building a house and you don't build a proper foundation when you put it up, or the decking. You don't set a proper decking, so everything is going to crumble down and drop down on you. So that's what I see. That's how I see it.
Would you say that your career has exploded and it went too fast for you to have kept...
It didn't go too fast, you know. It did not. I don't think it went too fast, because if I should be very honest, my career grew in front of my eyes.
Yes.
It didn't go fast.
You managed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Your brand, you were doing the brand management.
Yes, everything. I got for my Instagram, I got myself verified after I was turned on like 2 times. But the 3rd time, I requested my verification from my Instagram. I claimed most of what I could, my Google, most of the little work like pertaining to that. So those things I did. Things I didn't understand was maybe royalties and distribution and what every duty of being in management, what's supposed to be done. Like, it's good to ask questions, and that's one of my advice to upcoming artists, to ask questions. Yeah. Ask, don't matter what. If it sounds stupid, it doesn't matter. Make sure you're asking the right questions too. And even if it comes up in your head, ask it away. And make sure, even if you get a response and it doesn't fit, you have a discerning spirit, like it doesn't suffice, go and research it.
Yes.
Because we have that platform.
I noticed that you say genre, which suggests that you're still in music, right? Confirm for me.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, you're still in music, but the genre called dancehall is behind you. Okay? So
I can't manage that. I cannot. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
It's, how should I put it? All right, for example, I may be able to say this. In dancehall, it's very ego-driven.
Yes.
It's very ego-driven because even as an artist, it's like once you get to that level, you're no longer accessible to certain people. You're no longer accessible to a lot of things. So I think it puts in your head a certain stigma, So other artists may not be able to communicate with you. So I think that dance, because I can only speak on dancehall, I've never been in any other genre, not yet. So with being in that realm and in that genre, I realize even knowledge that other artists may have, they're not able to pass that down because of the stigma of dancehall. So who have maybe had an experience as mine, I wouldn't be able to know that because they probably don't talk about it.
Yes.
Not the way I did. They don't discuss it, and they probably don't have that connection or that communication or that friendship to be able to develop that kind of friendship to talk about a few things that's happening behind the closed doors. Because the fans may see the beauty of it. They see you doing shows. Oh, my artist, yeah man, mash up a place. They see they see you wearing nice clothes. They see all the glam and the glitter. But what's happening behind that to make that happen has never been told.
Yes.
If it had been, they would have known. So and it's supposed to be that way. Nobody's gonna go and talk about their downfall. Who wants to talk about it? To do what? Everybody wants to talk about the best things that happened to them. I decided not to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my dear, it's good that you're doing this because you're helping.
Of course, I want to. I would like to.
You are alerting people in the business.
Definitely.
To what they must take time out and drop what they're doing and to understand the basics
Definitely.
of the business of music and entertainment. Because intellectual property is what you are creating every day,
It's not tangible at all.
It's intangible. It's coming out of you.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And if you must know how to manage and how to turn that into commercial success.
Definitely.
You have to know the basics
of it.
Of that.
Definitely.
And to know that you're the ultimate boss. That's something that some of us are afraid to accept.
Let me tell the artists them something now.
Ultimate boss in this organization, in this whole operation.
I want them to know. You see, if you are the artist, you are the boss. You hear that?
Yes.
Don't make nobody think that they're going to come and make you belittle yourself and think that you work for them, because you don't. You are your boss. You are the one that creates an environment where other jobs come into place, because no artist, no team.
Right.
I want to make that known.
Yes, and they must know that the people with the big experience and the years of service in it and
Yes.
some of them are fame, they are still reporting to you.
Absolutely.
You are the ultimate boss.
Absolutely.
No matter how big the agency or the individual is in the business and the years of service they've had in the business, you, the artist, you must understand that you are the boss.
Yes.
And you will have to make decisions.
Truly.
Okay.
And in this instance, I don't want what happened to me happen to somebody else. Because the truth and in fact is, Winford, it's created a mental gap for me.
Yes.
I'm a very, very, very spiritual person. And when anything bothers that balance that I have, everything for me crumbles. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about any of that. I'm willing. I have more than 800,000 people following me on Instagram. But you know what? I'm willing to go take care of my mental health and my spirituality before I let anything or anyone disrupt that. You know? And that's why I said before, I'm not here to tell an artist not to go chase their dreams. But be sure that you know what you're chasing. Be sure that you know how to chase it. That's my thing. Do what you have to do, but make sure you know what you're doing while you're doing it. It could just fall from under your feet just like that. Like, you will work hard for all these years, and when you're done working, you know what happened. Yeah. You can't buy yourself a house, you can't buy a car, because at the end of the day, the things that you needed to know, you didn't. You were just enjoying what the fame and the money brings. But where's the money coming from? How is the money moving? You know, so things like that, you have to know as an artist to be able to develop yourself. So develop yourself educationally and financially. And once you know, you have to know it for yourself. Don't let nobody tell you.
The cost is very high.
It is.
For all that you will do.
It is.
For the image and the travel and the rest of it.
Yeah. Especially women, and I have to interject on that. Because as a female, you're talking about wigs. Winford, and roughly, a wig to put on your head is between $100 and something US dollar to all. We got all for $1,000 out there, you know? US dollar, you know? Yeah. So if you want a proper wig, $1,000 for one wig, when you check your makeup, if it's to bring somebody on the road, because a lot of times it has to be on the road. If it's not, it's probably like gonna charge you like $300. But if not, it's like $500. So if you add up the math, then clothes now, our next $1,000 that, shoes, our next $1,000 that. So it's like, it's a lot to maintain, and it's a lot to go through. So it comes back to the mentality. Me not business about the brand. I really don't care. If it was up to me, Winford, I wear white clothes, go everywhere me I go. But I put on a white t-shirt, I put on a white pants, I put on a white, I'm gone.
The business wouldn't forgive you, would it?
They will drag you. Yeah. If you wear the same wig 2 times, see there, she not no wig.
But pretty much, you know, let's be frank here though. Because I don't know, well, you should know this, but let me say it though. Those costs, those personal costs.
Yes.
Wigs and makeup and outfit and so on.
Yes.
The whatever event that you're going to be on must cover that, you know.
Exactly.
And pay a return on your investment in all those things to make sure you appear the right way. So if you are taking on a gig and it doesn't cover all of who you are and what you wear and what you... it wasn't worth it.
Exactly.
Because that cost, that promoter must be covering it. That event must be covering that.
Yes.
So that is the simple way of dealing with it.
Yes.
You must cover, when you finish with an outfit, you're supposed to fling it away. Yeah, simple. And the wig too, you dash the wig, you dash everything.
In a setup like that, I wish that's the way it would be. But in a setup like that, Winford, me not have the mentality.
No, it's not the mentality.
No, it's
the reality.
It's the reality, but it's also because a lot of people may think that, okay, when me done with this show, I choose somebody I go see me like, me not wear about this. Me?
Oh, you
if
would?
Me buy fit, me I wear it every dollar out. Winford, you know how much time we wear this shoes?
Yeah.
I'd rather be rich than look rich. Yes. But you see right now, I'm rather rich in a Christ.
Well, yes. Let's talk about
right
Christ
now,
and your spiritual life and the genre which you have not disclosed. You're going into...
Of course,
yes, go ahead.
Of course. So, you know, like, even right now, I'm not going to put down singing. That would be me wasting my talent. Because God gave me this talent to, you know, do whatever that's necessary to bring others to light, to what they're not seeing. So, I am planning on doing some gospel music. Yes. And those that, you know, might say, sure, okay, see, the way I'm around God church, I don't care about that. That doesn't faze me because at the end of the day, I don't have them for answer to. I cannot, if me commit a crime, right? Or if you commit a crime, or I commit a crime and I go in there, you think say, somebody else can put it on when the evidence is on me? I can't do that.
Yes.
So I don't care what anybody has to say. And if which I was in the dancehall business, and I'm exiting, I have obligations that I have to, and that's how my shows that are coming up, I have to make sure I do them.
Yes, talk about those for us.
Yes, so I have a few shows that are coming up until February that I'm planning to just get out the way before I take on my new journey. And I have seen where they're like, oh, even being sarcastic, oh, well, on the God, may I go finish my worldly duties before I come. But that person is speaking in ignorance because they don't know what's happening. They're not able to attest to what I have to do. They don't know what's happening behind doors or why I had to make that decision.
Yes.
I made those choices to be in the secular world. I have to oblige to that because they must say, oh, you have to make God do it. Yes, I want to do that, but that's my battle to fight, not theirs. So me I go do what I have to do. I be a big girl, I'm not going to sit down and be emotional and act like, oh, the world I turn over for me. I do what I have to do because trust and believe, I come here if I know them not going to remember me.
Don't say that. You're not going to go away.
Them not remember that. When for them I look something else for
That's for you to say. That's not for you to say.
My question is, how am I? Because my main concern has been my mental state and me being able to cope with everything. But how am I'm making a decision based on what's best for me, right? And what's best in the spiritual world. Why are people trying?
Yes.
But tell me something I forgot to serve.
Well, that's a very good question. Why are we? Oh, it's sad. Some of us say, oh, it's such a sad move. Is it?
Oh, is that sad?
No.
What do you mean that's sad?
And
because they're looking on the material things. All right. Okay, I had the luxury of being able to purchase anything, or no matter the cost, or live a certain lifestyle. When people see you, they want pictures. They're looking at that, but they don't know what that comes with. Yeah. I don't want it. Me no want it. Wait for it, me don't make them take it go on. Me don't want it. I don't want it. Okay. And it's not being ungrateful or anything, because if a person had to walk in my shoes, then probably would have come out a long time. Because I endured a lot in the 3 years. And it was enough for me to say no more. Yeah. I don't want it anymore.
Absolutely, my dear.
And I've been doing this for the passion of it. Yeah. But it's developing the knowledge of the business aspect that creates that stigma and that helped me to make that decision now. Me not make nobody stress me out.
So your next gig is in New York, right? Is the one in New York?
So the next one is this weekend in St. Croix.
St. Croix.
And then
the one in New York?
Is November 12th, I think.
Yes.
The 4th.
No, November 4th.
November 4th, yes.
Yes, so Squid, your friend. Squid.
Yes.
Squid told me about it. And
yes.
So that's all. So tell your fans about those events that they're to look out for.
Okay, so I don't have them all stored in my head.
But the general statement that you made earlier, that you will meet all your obligations.
Yes, I will meet all my obligations.
Yes.
I will do what I have to do. And I can't talk about something very fun, but I will meet those obligations. I have a few shows. I posted them when I made my statement. I have not changed my mind. Oh, and judge me. Want to judge me, I don't know want. I don't care. Yes. The only opinion I care about is the one who created us all. That's the only opinion matter to me.
Well, the one will guide you.
He will. I know he will. Okay. So listen, me done with dancehall music. Done with it. Because I realized something. The deeper you go into the secular world, the harder it is to come out of it. So if me I come out now, I can't still see the light up at the end of the hole up there, so me not deep enough for me can't see if I climb through, yeah?
Okay.
Me can't still see the little hole left up there and dirt now cover it for me I take myself and me I come out. Yeah.
You're only 3 years in, huh?
Yes, 3 years.
But you dig deep. You're digging this deep. You're well placed.
Let me show you.
Yes.
I did Yamabella. Right? It's a radio-friendly song. Everything. So I do Yamabella. I say, yeah, man, the people don't love it. They say, Dancehall, listen to mama, we need something else. So you have to drop something. To stay relevant, you have to feed in what they're requiring. You have to meet their demands. Me stop meet the demands of the world. Me no want a demand from the world. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to endure what I have to.
Yes.
I have to make this decision for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Say your family, how are they taking this?
They're very supportive.
Yes.
Very supportive. And they're very angry too. Because my family know me. So what's happening now in this media, it doesn't feel right to them because they know I work hard to be where I'm at. Winford, I could have done anything in this business to put myself where I'm at. I could have go sleep with any producer or artist to get a buzz and to go viral and for everybody have to say, oh, this is somebody, but I have always stayed out of the mix and just put music because, I'm come for sale at the time. Music,
yes.
I could have been one of those people where everybody can run up and down with my name and talk all these things, and I've never been that person. Ever. I always stick to my music because that's what I'm here to do, sell my music. So with all of this that's happening, it's hurting my family, and hurting my family hurts me because they know the truth, they know what's happening. And it hurts them to see how even me making my decision seems like a bad thing to other people. But I cannot dwell on the opinion of others. If I were, I wouldn't start the music in the first place. I wouldn't continue in it in the first place. But it just reached a point where I make a decision for myself, and them can't take you go on,
Well, Shaneil, wow, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For coming and sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
When the transition is complete, the stage
it will never be complete. They're all stages,
the transition back to serving the Lord.
Yes.
The stage is yours. Yeah?
Yes.
So feel free to call and
anyone can spread it to Winford and pull people along with me, I will.
Okay.
And I'm glad that you're already opening that platform to me now. So remember what I'm saying?
Of course. Remember.
So are you, Winford, you said to me, Ali?
Eh?
You're sad that I'm leaving?
I said it last week on the show. It's sad. I
know, I have to say this though. This is one of the reasons why I went public to my fans to explain to them what was happening and, to let them know, hey, I'm actually leaving. Because in truth and in fact, I do owe them that much. Because they're the one that put me here. I didn't do this by myself. Yeah. So I owe them that. For even make them know, say, hey guys, I'm sorry, but this concludes this part of the journey, So
we're sad, but at the same time, we must remember that you're going back to the Lord.
Which is
right. But it wasn't official then, and now we know more.
Yes,
it was the Lord that you're going back to serve. We know that you served before.
Yes, absolutely.
And that you're going back. So nobody is supposed to kind of question that. If you're a Christian and
who
you
are
believe
they
in God,
to do that?
Who are we to say we're sad about you? No, it's funny, but it's true. We can't be saying that. Because it's not like you're going to hell. It's like you're going to the devil anyway.
But imagine, Winford, not everybody that's in the church, I'm not a judge of their character.
Yes.
God has to be a judge of that character. But it's not about the church, because you can't be in the church and you're still living in sin. It's what you're doing, it's what's inside of you.
Absolutely.
So.
I know. Yeah. And so your new journey, and you're branding your new spiritual journey.
Yes.
We wish you well on it.
Thank you.
And we would like to see and hear some of the material.
Absolutely.
The new material that you're coming forward to. And you could be right here on the stage live, sharing it with the world, exhibiting it and sharing it with your fans.
Of course.
And I hope you'll continue to ascend in music.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And in these times, we need, we need spiritual guidance in these times. So many things happening in the world.
a lot,
Shan, thank you so much again.
Thank you for
Looking
having
forward
me.
to the future.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have her on our stage, Shaneil Muir. Still getting your love, right? You will still give her your love, I'm sure. And that's our show for this week. Winfred Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage. Thanks for watching our video. Please click subscribe and be on our stage anywhere, anytime, always.